This is not what I had planned. We cannot be foolish. Battery pack, cash. But I guess that's the nature of life, isn't it? Never goes according to plan. What I'm about to tell you guys is more than a power outage story. It's a real questioning on, are we ready for this type of stuff? Are we ready for something bigger? I realized that we were not ready, and I think most people are not ready to be in a situation where you have to survive with no electricity for more than a few days. Before I start explaining you what happened yesterday, let me just show you a few clips of what happened last week in the studio, which was super sweet. We wanted to celebrate Easter, so we had a communal lunch together. Everybody brought something. I was telling you as well about a market that I would be doing in like 10 days in a super cool space. And I did quite some work on the mirrors I was making in the studio. I need to be finishing this week before the market. Yesterday, I was at home. I was ready to go to the studio when at around 12:30, the internet cut. And then I realized it was the electricity that was off. I'm checking by the window. I see that it's the same for other people in the neighborhood. So you start think, okay, that's just a neighborhood. I'm chatting with some friends. Some friends tell me that the same happens to them in the city. I hear that it happened at the same time in Portugal. So I think, okay, the power system must be coming from the same system in Portugal too. But I think, okay, that's odd. That's massive. I've never heard about a whole country going off the grid at the same time, like a whole country. So there was a sense of, you don't know what it's coming from. You don't know if it's just a technical problem. You don't know if something else is coming. You don't know if it's a cyber attack. You don't know if... So it's kind of like, okay, what should I do now? So I'm at home. I was about to go to the studio, do some work. And when I saw it was like national and international, I was like, no, I need to stay here and figure it out a bit more. I stayed home and thought, okay, if it's supposed to last for a while, you don't know, I better check if we have what we need. So we had some food, we had some water. I go out to speak with the neighbors to hear if they know a little bit more about it, because as soon as I started seeing that there was an outage in Spain, I checked on the internet and tried to see if there was more info, and I couldn't see much. So I went out, talked a bit with people. Some people had a radio, so I was like, of course we need a radio. So my boyfriend was with another friend. He came back home. He bought a radio. Yeah, that's one of the first things you should have at home, because everything is cut. And then you're like, minutes turned into hours and still nothing, no signal. We started to have a little bit of news, but it was strange. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just start filming a little bit, and that way I can talk about it later. After my boyfriend arrived with his friend, we went home and we decided to chill there and wait and see. And we turned on the radio. Obviously, they didn't say much. They just said that they would see. They were waiting to see where it was coming from, and that basically it might take from 6 hours to 10 hours to get fixed. So, good news. I mean, it seems like it should be done within a few hours. We went to pick up another friend, and then we were here and we played some music. I made some food. We were, on another hand, thinking as well about what if it lasts longer. We had some food that would have helped us go through some time. We had gas, so I was able to cook some food on the gas stove. We had some water, but that's pretty much it. We had no cash, no battery. Still, what I realized is that if we had to leave the city or if we had to stay longer, probably wouldn't have had enough food for my dog. We didn't have enough water. And there's one thing that I learned is that when there is no electricity, you shouldn't drink tap water because it can be dangerous, because the whole filter systems and all is not working anymore. So it's not a good idea to drink tap water. People were just in the street and chatting and waiting. People that were working in some bars couldn't go home because there was no metro, nothing working. So they just stayed there waiting for the power to be back, which was nice to see people in the street chatting and just being. We decided to go for a walk, which I didn't film because I didn't bring my phone. We then came back, and as the sun was starting to get down, there was this very strange feeling in the city, seeing like the streets getting darker. People still here busy in the street, walking and going to the beach or coming back from the beach, but no lights. When the dark night finally came, we were one of the only ones to have like small little lights on the balcony. It was so strange to see the city so dark. Until some neighbors, I guess, found some speakers that were working. They were playing music in an apartment. The police passed by a few times, but they didn't tell them anything. We were just chatting and having some food, and then we decided to use our microphones, like karaoke microphones, to sing on the balcony and just be silly.
Alright, you're tuning in to Apocalypse Radio.
Apocalypse Radio!
Apocalypse Radio! Thank you for tuning in. We have with us tonight, we're going to be playing you the 13th Symphony Orchestra.
When the light came back up.
Thank you, God! You can upload all of your photos and vlogs.
It's like in a second, in a split second, life is back to normal. As if nothing happened. For us anyway. And it's like, wow, it's really like having your life on a pause, and then everything is just back to normal. But what's not back to normal is me realizing that we cannot be foolish. We cannot be so foolish that we do not prepare. How many warnings do you want before you're ready? How many warnings do you need before you get yourself ready for anything? A natural disaster, an outbreak, an electricity outage like we had, a war threat. I don't know. I hope that it's not something that we're gonna see anytime soon. Here is what hit me the most during these 10 hours. It's we are not prepared. We are not prepared for something like this or something bigger. And I think I should get more prepared, and I think you should do too. Because when is the moment, you don't want to be panicking. First, you need to reunite with your family. You need to have some sort of ready survival pack. Because no power means no fridge, no light, no communication, no way to get cash. It's not just inconvenience, it's total vulnerability. And yesterday, when I wanted to go get more food or water or whatnot, I had no cash. I never had cash on me. And the result is I couldn't do anything. I was blocked. Most of us don't have an emergency plan. I didn't. No emergency bag, no solar battery, no radio, not enough candles. And this wasn't a storm, this wasn't a war, it was just a technical failure. And still, everything stopped. And I thought, we rely so much on systems that we don't control. And when they're out, what do we do? And that's okay, until it's not. I'm not saying to panic, I'm saying prepare. A small bag with basics: flashlight, water, snacks, battery pack, cash, radio. I'm so happy that in the end everything went well, in the sense that we got the electricity back. It wasn't too long. It was only 10 hours without electricity, which is not a big deal. Thinking that this time was 10 hours is one thing. Maybe next time it'd be 7 days. Maybe next time it'd be in winter. Maybe next time it'll be something worse. Next time I might be alone. This event is not the end of the world. It's not a catastrophic event. It really gives food for thoughts, because anything could happen, especially seeing the international political situation right now. It makes sense to have a bag. I'm gonna get a bag ready, and I think you should do too. The last thing you want to do when something happens is panic and not have what you need to protect yourself and your family. It was a very particular episode, but I shall see you next week. Until then, take care.